Worship ascribes to God His worth, and listen to this, because we're going to be coming to this, and surrenders to Him in light of who He is. This is what we find in this passage. Now, there is one word that ought to have jumped off the page to you as we were reading that passage. What is the one word that jumped off the page in this? What's it? The throne. Have you read the book? No, the throne. The throne. You've read the book. The throne. 10 times in this one chapter, John talks about a throne. This is what it just seemed to dominate John's mind. He talks about the throne. And as he observed the perfect worship in heaven, notice that everything else arranges itself around that throne. All created life, the church, the angelic world, everything in subjection to the one who sits on the throne. Folk, when we come to worship, and you as pastors and worship leaders, when your people have gathered, they have gathered to meet the one sitting on the throne. When we come to worship, there's no such thing as true worship without an encounter with that throne. The same throne that Isaiah met, wasn't it? The same throne. We may have time to get around to that in just a moment. When we worship, just as we see here in heaven, we acknowledge that all authority. By the way, what does a throne represent? Authority. It represents sovereignty. We acknowledge that all authority, power, dominion, control, supremacy belong to Him who sits on the throne. Isaiah said, I saw the Lord sitting on a throne high and lifted up. It was interesting, wasn't it, that it seemed as though Isaiah had to lose sight of an earthly throne before he could see the throne. And I believe in the lives of many of our people today, and perhaps even in the lives of many worship leaders, pastors today, there are other thrones, and they cannot see clearly the throne. Oh, how we ourselves must be worshipers.